Hey everyone, what is going on? So we are going up against Jokes in the Timeless Cup with my early, quote-unquote early, finalized team. I do like this team, so let's go ahead and take a look at both of our teams. So he's going with Dragonair, Kingdra, Lapras, Charizard, Victreebel, and Whiscash, and my team is going to be identical, except I'm going to have the Celio instead of the Whiscash. So, as I said, overall, I do like this team. I don't know if it's necessary to have both Lapras and Celio. I mean, they both have similar roles, but I know like Dragon is going to be really big for this cup, so I could totally see somebody having both of them, but I don't know if I want both of them. I just don't know which one I like more. I mean, I kind of want to practice with more, and I might also want to take out Charizard for Blaziken. I do want to try out Blaziken more. I really do like that one. So we're going to be trying out a bunch of different Pokemon, and I'm sure this team will change. But if I had a tournament, let's say this coming weekend, right, you know, as mentioned, I would be going with this team, but you know, things are probably going to change. I also need a second move on Victreebel. I don't have one, so I might definitely want to change up those moves. And Kingdra doesn't have a second move either, although I don't think you need one. But either way, both of us are going in with basically the same team as I already mentioned, except he's got the Whiscash, I've got the Celio, so you know, I also want to try out Drapion again, so definitely a work in progress with this team. But let me know what you think, and let me know your final team that you currently have. Obviously, as the meta develops, as more tournaments unravel, we're going to change our teams probably, but this is the team I currently do like, and I've been having a lot of success with it. He does beat me, you know, quite a bit early on in a couple games, so but let's see what happens. So he's going to hit me with Surf against Charizard, and that's going to fate my Charizard, and he's going to win that one. So looked like we were doing okay, but he had the Lapras against my Charizard, so he can't handle that. You know, he got the Pokemon in the back that could counter my Pokemon. Wasn't able to pull it off. So we're going to jump into the next game. I do lead with Dragonair. He leads with Kingdra. He switches into his Dragonair. Totally fine with me. As I've mentioned before, I have a very highly ranked Dragonair, so usually, not all the time, but usually I do win the mirror match. So we are going to be able to feint down his Dragonair, surviving on like, what is that, 2 HP it looks like. So we do go ahead and survive that. So we're going to wait to see what comes in. I do immediately click on the return just because a water type could have come in like this Lapras, and I didn't want to go for Aqua Tail. We actually get to another Aqua Tail, but was not fast enough. I do bring in Victreebel, and I do lag in this situation, as you could see. I wasn't sure if he was lagging. I guess he was. I don't know. But I'm just going to town. He switches into Charizard. I switch into my Lapras. Pretty good situation for me. He does go ahead and go for his charge move. I don't shield this. It is going to be a Blast Burn. That was probably a mistake to not shield. However, so I go for the Surf. He's going to shield. He is up. He does have 2 shields. So, yeah. Anyway, I get off another Surf. He's definitely going to go ahead and shield this. I should have definitely shielded that Blast Burn. I don't know why I didn't. That was definitely a foolish play on my end. If I had shielded that Blast Burn, I would have won this game. So that was definitely a bad play. I mean, it would have been better to shield the Blast Burn than the Dragon Claw, especially since he's able to knock me out. So I was in a winning position, a really good position, and he's going to be able to pull the rug out from under me because of that mistake. Even if it was like a bluff, even if it was a Dragon Claw, it would have still been better to shield that. So definitely a mistake, but that's okay. As I've mentioned previous times before, everybody makes mistakes, especially in a game like Pokemon Go, because it's so easy to make a mistake, isn't it? Because it's such a fast-paced game that you're just like, you have a split-second decision to really decide what to do. So it's super easy to make a mistake, so there's nothing wrong with it. We're going to block this Leaf Blade, and then we will knock out Victreebel, and then I click on my Outrage, 100% knowing he's going to shield. I mean, he has to shield this, right? There's no doubt about it. I lag again. Yeah, he does go ahead and shield, as I said, and then he'll go ahead and feint down my Kingdra. Totally fine. I bring in Lapras, and we're able to just charge up energy with Ice Shard. That is fine. I'm going to go ahead and take this charge move. It will be a return, so we're able to take it. I do charge up to Skull Bash, and I do actually go for it. Because I want to knock out his Dragonair, so we do knock it out, plus we get that boost, although not really mattering too much. I actually managed to get to a Surf. I was going to switch, but I decided to see if I can get to the Surf. We're actually able to. So it looked like it was a CMP tie, actually. So he does go for his charge move. It's going to be a Mud Bomb, and that will knock out my Lapras. And then I'll bring in Dragonair and just doing as much damage as possible. He does get off a charge move. I'm gonna go ahead and block it because I'm afraid of Blizzard. You know, I don't want to lose this game to Blizzard, kind of like how I lost last game to Blastburn, right? So we're able to knock him out, and we do go ahead and take that. So we win that game. So at least, you know, he's not gonna win every game in this video. So let's jump into the next one. I do lead with Victreebel, and he leads with Kingdra. So Kingdra is going to be neutral to Razor Leaf. As I said, I definitely do want a second move. Probably want to go with Leaf Blade as well as maybe Acid Spray. I currently have Leaf Tornado on it though, so we'll see. Anyway, I do go for the Outrage. Now, it was actually a CMP tie because I had clicked on this before he got off his charge move, or at the same time I should say. So, you know, I wouldn't have clicked on it had I had to use the shield anyway because I could have fainted him down. You guys get what I'm trying to say, I hope. So, would have been better to get the Leaf Tornado against this Victreebel so we could lower his attack, but that's okay. Anyway, we try to switch. It doesn't go through at first, and then we're able to. And then I'm going to go ahead with my Dragonair using the return against Lapras. So he will shield that up. Now, I know this isn't really an ideal matchup for me, but neither was Charizard because I didn't want to take a Surf, right? So I do bring in my Charizard right now, and I go for the Dragon Claw, and he's going to go ahead and shield that. I mean, I could have stayed in and went for the Blast Burn against the Lapras, but again, he had shields, right? So he could have shielded that up. So both situations are not good. I didn't want Charizard or Dragonair to be in the matchup against Lapras, but there's really nothing I could do, I don't think. So I do go for the Blast Burn. He is going to faint, and then he brings in Victreebel. And ideally, you would think Charizard is going to win this, but let's see. He's actually able to faint us down. So a very close game. You know, if we had more health, we would have won that one, I guess. But it's okay. It's okay. We do go ahead and lose it. So for the next one, I lead with Celio. He leads with Dragonair. So I would say this is favorable for me. He's going to pull the switch into Victreebel, and I'm going straight for the Aurora Beam. I could have switched out, but I was like, well, maybe he doesn't know I bought that second move on Celio yet, but he doesn't take any chances. He does shield it. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in my Dragonair. Again, more lag. I think every game we lagged, right? So let's see. So I'm just going to try and farm down the Victreebel. He does get off a charge move, and I am going to let this one go through. It is going to be an Acid Spray, so that lowers our defense. No fun, you know, we don't want to lower our defense, but using a shield wouldn't have prevented it anyway, so I'm glad I didn't shield. I get off my return, and only getting a grade because I didn't realize the bubbles started to appear when they did, so I was a little bit late clicking them. That's okay. I bring in Lapras, and we're trying to farm down this Dragonair. I do let it go through. It's going to be a return. Trying to keep both my shields. He does switch into his Wish Cache. Totally fine. Let's see what happens. Can Lapras pull this one off for me? So I'm going to go ahead and shield, and I do get to the Skull Bash. I actually go for the Skull Bash. Because I knew it would raise my defense, and I was hoping he didn't shield, but he does go ahead and shield that, so totally fine. I will shield this one up, because I do not want to take an attack, I guess, and it is going to be a Mud Bomb, of course. I'm trying to get to that Skull Bash. He does get off a charge move before I'm able to. I could have went for Surf, it wouldn't have done that much, so I do get to the Skull Bash in like the next turn, so we're able to go for it. Now let's see what happens. This will knock out Wish Cache and increase our defense, and then we're able to knock out Dragonair. So we barely win that one, but we're able to. I wasn't like, I thought Lapras could pull it off, but I really wasn't sure. But we were able to. So way to go, Lapras. I think increasing my defense definitely helped. So for the next game, he leads with Wish Cache, I lead with Charizard, so I'm like, okay, I'm going to charge up energy, and I actually clicked on the Pokemon to switch, but it didn't go through, it just exited out, so because of that, I have to take this Mud Bomb, but that's okay. I don't necessarily mind taking a Mud Bomb with the Charizard, so I do actually pull the switch into Lapras, and we do catch that Mud Bomb, and he's just going to stay in, and we're just charging up energy, charging up, right? Let's see what he goes for. It's definitely going to be another Mud Bomb. You don't want to go for a Blizzard against a Lapras, right? So we're just charging up, and I do pull the trigger on the Surf. So let's see if he decides to shield. He does shield that one up, probably expecting... I guess he was expecting a Skull Bash. I knew I could take this attack, so I decided to take this Mud Bomb and click on Surf just to try and get as much damage as possible. I was not expecting the shield, so he does not go ahead and shield. And I think I'm able to feint him, yes. So we take a shield and feint his Wish Cache. So very close match, but we're just about able to feint him down. We bring in Charizard now. We have energy ready to go, so I'm going to go for the Blast Burn. He does shield that one up. Totally fine. So he's down both shields, so now we could freely go for the Blast Burn. You know, I went for Blast Burn last turn because I didn't think he would... Like, I wasn't sure if he would shield. Like, I thought he might have thought it was a bluff. And we're trying to feint the Lapras, and we both actually go down at the same time. And now I have Dragonair versus Victreebel with 2 shields, so this is definitely favorable for us. So we're going to go ahead and go for that return. We could have just feinted him down with Dragon Breath, but it's okay. Might as well, right? So we do go ahead and knock out Victreebel. And the reason I did go for the return, though, is because he could have went for Acid Spray. Even though I would block it, it would lower my defense. So it would have actually... He might have actually won had I not used my charge move. Not really sure. But either way, I bring in Charizard against his Lapras. I do charge up a little bit, and a very little bit of damage, and then bring in my Lapras. So I do go ahead and go for the Surf, trying to catch the shield. Not really a good position. We do get the shield, so we're able to go for back-to-back Surf. So I'll definitely take it. And he will let that one go through. Totally fine. I was hoping to be able to feint him before he feinted me. We both could have went down at the same time, but I actually fall first. So totally cool. I bring in my Charizard. And unfortunately, I don't know if the lag prevented me from feinting him. Maybe it didn't. Maybe he had the energy ready to go. But either way, I knew I could take a Grass Attack. Obviously, I could take Acid Spray. So I'm not going to shield that. So let's see what comes in. Let's see what comes in. It is going to be a Wish Cache. So again, I try to switch, and I'm not able to. So I don't know. I'm not really too crazy about the switch mechanics ever since they did that update. It's been more difficult for me to switch. That's what Jokes has been saying, and I totally agree with it. So, I don't know. I've been having trouble switching. Has that been happening to you guys? I'm not talking about switching during, like, the attack. Obviously, we can't do that anymore, but even just trying to switch, I just haven't really been able to. Oh, at least it takes a couple of tries usually, but that's okay. That's okay. No big deal. You know, if we lose because of it, we lose because of it. I'm not saying that's why we might lose a game, but it's possible. It's okay. It happens. You know, it happens to everybody, not just me. So I'm going to go for the return against his Lapras. And are we able to get to the Aqua Tail? We are not able to. So I bring in my Charizard, and he's going to hit me with a Surf. And this is definitely going to end my career. Well, not my career, but it's going to end my Charizard, and he's going to take that one. So very good game. Very good game. I think we each won the same amount of games in this. I'm not quite sure. I'm not really sure how many games we played. It may have been like 8, and maybe we each won 4. I'm not too sure. Maybe it was 10, and we each won 5. I don't remember what it was. But anyway, Dragonair versus Dragonair. I will get off this return. And that will be met with a shield. Totally fine. He's going to be able to feint me before I'm able to feint him, just because I did switch out first, and obviously he got some hits in against my Dragonair with the previous Pokemon, but I'll take it. He does hit us with the return. I'm not interested in shielding that, and then we're able to feint him down with Celio. He does bring in Victreebel. You know, I was trying to go for the Aurora Beam. I was thinking about it, but I thought he might have feinted me down before I was able to, so I just clicked on Body Slam. I just clicked on it, guys. I'm going to bring in a Victreebel of my own, and he is going to go ahead and get off a charge move. It will be that Leaf Blade. Rather see that than Acid Spray, I guess. We do feint that down, and then he brings in Wish Cache. Now, he's not attacking, but he's not lagging. He knew he had no way of winning, I guess. And that will be it for this one, guys. See you in the next video. Have a good day. Bye. Thank you so much for checking out my latest video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to follow me on Twitter. If you like this video, check out one of my other videos that you'll probably enjoy.